Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your homeboy, Chef Eric Hammond again. And today I'm going to teach you how to make focaccia. To start the focaccia, you're going to need several ingredients before you add the flour. You're going to need 2 cups of warm water. You're going to need about 1.25 ounces of fresh yeast, about 1.1 ounces of salt, and you're going to need about 4 ounces of sugar. Also, you're going to need about half a quart of milk and half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. It's very important to use your best olive oil because all that beautiful flavor is going to get into the bread. So the first step of making the focaccia is to get your warm water. The water needs to be above body temperature. You don't want it too hot, like simmering or anything, because it'll kill the yeast and the yeast won't activate. Thus, the bread won't rise. So we put the water in the mixing bowl, add the fresh yeast, give it a little mix. Then we put this in a warm place for about 10 to 15 minutes so the yeast can activate. So after about 10 minutes, the yeast will be proofed in the warm water. At this point, you want to add your sugar, your salt, your milk, and your olive oil. So now you want to get that onto your mixer, and with the dough hook attachment connected to it, mix it at low speed for a couple of seconds until all the ingredients are semi-mixed. Now it's time to add the bread flour, so you want to add a little bit of bread flour at a time. Close this up, give it a quick mix. This way, all the bread flour is going to get absorbed in there and there's not going to be any lumps. Add the rest of your flour. And mix it for about 10 minutes. So what you have after it mixes for the 10 minutes is a nice semi-tacky, as you can see it's sort of sticking to my fingers, ball. What you want to do now is you want to portion it. I'm going to cut this into two and I'm going to make 2 half-sheet trays. So you just want to cut it evenly, just roll it out a tad bit, find the center. And it doesn't have to be exact, but there you go. Now, you want to prepare your sheet trays with a little extra virgin oil on the bottom. Spread that around so the paper sticks to it. You want to line it with a couple of sheets of parchment paper, like that. Now to this, you want to add more extra virgin oil, enough to cover the surface area, just like this. Now you want to take your dough, put it on there, flip it over so both sides are covered with the oil. Now you want to cover these in plastic and put them in a warm place. What you want to do, you want to let it rise about to make maybe about double in size. Should take about an hour. So while your dough is rising, you can chop the rosemary and get that ready to go. So you want to simply just chop this rosemary. Doesn't have to be a fine chop. It just could be a rough chop. Really, this is just going to be a lot of aromatics that are added to our focaccia. Focaccia is really from Liguria and the Cinque Terre region of Italy, but it's served all over the place. It is an Italian staple. It is one of their most famous breads that they make. You know, I've been to Cinque Terre, I've been to Liguria, and there's a long trail that connects all the 5 towns in the Cinque Terre. And in each town, near the trail head or exit, whatever you want to call it, depending on which way you're walking, there is a focacceria. And a focacceria is a bakery that serves many varieties of focaccia. You're going to get your whole wheat focaccia. You're going to get the focaccia with rosemary that I'm making, focaccia with sun-dried tomatoes, and you'll be able to get that, a nice piece, after a long hike through the Cinque Terre. So as you can see, the dough has doubled in mass. Now it's ready to stretch and form. Now that the dough is rested, you're able to work with it a lot more easily. So what you want to do is you want to take the dough, stretch it out a tad bit, like so, across your vessel. Then you want to add extra virgin olive oil to it. Use your best. I'm using 100% Italian olive oil made from 100% Italian olive. You want to cover it with your extra virgin oil generously. Spread that around. Take the rosemary that you pre-chopped, sprinkle it over your focaccia right on the top. Use as much or as little as you want. And then with your fingertips, you press down on the bread to spread it out more. And it'll cover the surface area of your cooking vessel. Then, when it's all stretched out, you want to rest it again in the same place that you rested, well, you let it rise before. So it's about double in size. So once the dough has risen again and doubled in size, it's time to prepare it for the cook. So to begin the cooking process, you want to prepare it. You want to spray it with some water. I like to use a spray bottle. It's a more even coating. This is going to help it to crisp up. It's also going to keep some humidity in the oven with the wetness. Drizzle with some more extra virgin olive oil. Again, use your best. This is what's going to add a lot of flavor to it. Then you take some kosher salt and you sprinkle it on top. Now you're ready to go into the oven. So you want to cook this in a 325 degree oven. You can go up as high as 350 degrees. We're using a convection oven, so that's going to circulate the air inside with an internal fan. If you're using a conventional oven where the heat source is coming from the bottom, it might take a little bit longer and you're going to have to rotate the bread several times. We're ready for the cook. Want to put it on your middle racks, shut the door, and usually it takes about 24 to 27 minutes depending on the heat of your oven. So about halfway through your cook, you're going to want to open the oven doors and you're going to want to turn them 180 degrees. So after about 24 to 27 minutes, maybe 28 or 29, depending on your oven, you're going to have a beautiful loaf of focaccia. It's stunning. We serve this every day. We bake it fresh every day, and it's so versatile. People love it. I hope you do too. I hope you make it. Please feel free to make this recipe, to cook it for your friends and family, and to enjoy beautiful, good Italian food. Italian food is incredibly simple food, but yet it's some of the best cuisine in the world. Thank you for watching.